So welcome to Boxing Media Hub. You are here with Joel and the champ, Ash Lane. We just call him Flash these days. No, it's not because he wears a giant overcoat. It's because that's his nickname. We are here for another special show, sponsored by boxbets.co.uk, Falcon Contracting and Global Price Solutions. What's next for Mr. Deontay Wilder? Probably the biggest question out of the ones we've done so far. It's a strange one, isn't it? It's a strange one. Deontay Wilder obviously lost at the weekend to Joseph Parker on points, as we were saying earlier. He lost 118 to 111, 120 to 108, 118 to 110 wide. It wasn't the usual Wilder. It was why Wilder. We really didn't understand what he was doing, what he was trying to do. No game plan.
I don't think Wilder knew what he was doing either.
There was no game plan. Parker came out with his, spoiled the odds, boxed really well, all the rest of it, and Wilder had nothing. I think it's probably the way to describe it. Bambi legs, just when he wanted to go where they wanted to go. 47 fights, 43 wins, 1 draw, 42 knockouts, 38 years old. Is it time to go?
I think so.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I mean, there are fights out there for him, but I mean, he's fallen off the wagon. The top echelon, he's lost to Parker, and Parker isn't elite. I mean, I think Parker's win against Deontay has been exaggerated on how well Parker was, purely because of how bad Deontay was.
But you can only fight who's in front of you and what state they're in.
100%. You can't knock Parker all. But what I'm saying is Parker isn't elite. Like Parker is world level, but it's not elite world level. So when you got the likes of Joshua, Fury, Usyk, Parker isn't at that level. He's just below. He's a credited world champion when he was world champion, and he deserves to be fighting along world champions and 4 world titles. But is he elite level? He isn't. So Wilder has fallen below elite level into world level, and his performance was so bad. I'd probably say he boxed like a domestic level. I mean, it was just atrocious. Bambi legs.
He didn't box, did he? This is the thing. He was coming out saying, I've had all this time out. When we look back over what he's done, Ash, February 20, he lost to Fury TKO round 7, where he was obliterated. Yep. Absolutely obliterated. It was awful. Bleeding from the ear. It was shocking, wasn't it? It was a nasty fight.
It was, but he boxed better, competed better for those 6-7 rounds than he did in the whole Parker fight.
Yeah.
Because he knew what his strengths were, and he was playing to his strengths, which were throw the jab, step in, jab to the body, throw the big right hand and left hook. That's what he tried to do. Whereas in this fight, he didn't know what he wanted to do.
Nothing.
It's like the Chris Eubank Jr. When he left his team, Eubank Senior and Ronnie and his team. When he left, when he was with them, he was a fighter. He'd get in, he'd have a tear up, he'd destroy you, he'd get out big, entertaining, looked amazing. And then he changed coaches to Roy Jones Jr. and he started boxing.
Worst move.
And you could see straight away he didn't know what his style was. He did not know what to do. He looked uncomfortable. Yeah. And that is exactly what Deontay Wilder looked like. But he neglected his big right hand, his left hook, and he come out and started dancing around the ring. And he didn't know, why would you do that? Your strength is your right hand. Get in there and crack the lad on the chin with the right hand. catch him cold, get him out of there, job done, go home, have dinner with your wife. You know, I mean, Wilder, Wilder just didn't know what he was doing. I think he's completely shot now. He's done. He should retire. And in the words of Shelley, my partner, because she's a massive boxing fan, I asked her for her opinion, and she thinks he'll get a job at this local Asda.
There we go. There we go.
She knows her boxing.
Well, that's Shelley's section done. As we say, he fought Fury. What was it? February 20. He then fought Fury again in October 21. So you had that massive gap there, and then he lost that as well. So mentally, he was shot. Even his team said he was shot. Then he had Hellenius, which he won knockout round 1. So he basically, in that whole time frame, right up to Parker, he's had, including Parker now, 3 big losses psychologically as well. Shocking.
And in that fight with Parker, he got beaten up. It wasn't.
Let's be honest with Wilder though. Who has he fought up to the point of when he fought Luis Ortiz? Really?
No one.
No one. He was the only guy really that had some substance and a bit of oomph about him that could potentially give him a fight.
And he did. Luis Ortiz was winning. Luis Ortiz was winning.
But he's 86. Do you know what I mean? He's been around. He's the Diego Costa of the boxing world. He's old. And you think, what's going on? You know. So for people to shout and say, "Oh yeah, retire," I think we are at that point with Wilder. And do you know what? There would be no shame in retiring now. There wouldn't be, because he could go and be a pundit. He'd be a cracking pundit because he's got the gift of the gab. He's been there and done it. He's been a world champ. He's in there. Do you know what I mean? Hats off to him. If that's what he wanted to do, there's a place for him. But for me, when you look at what else is around, they were talking about Frank Sanchez. You think that's a major drop down the card, that's no offense to Frank Sanchez, but he's not there. He's not there.
But does Frank Sanchez beat this Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, probably. And that's the worry. But you know, there was always the talk of which a fight I really would like to have seen a while back is Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz. That would have been a cracking fight. Before this one, I would have loved to have seen Wilder versus Ruiz. But I don't think if you get this Wilder against any other heavyweight, they'd just box him to bits because there's nothing there.
There's a lot of talk that since the Fury fight, Wilder's been off doing ayahuasca and mushrooms, and it's changed him psychologically.
Yeah,
it does. It's psychedelic.
He said at the end, didn't he? He's mellow. Yep. He's found his peace. So that inner flame, that firepower has gone. Gone. Because that was the mentality that was driving him to go and do all the demolition jobs. And with
that going, the only step he can take is away from the sport. He's made enough money.
Yeah, 100%. That last fight in Saudi, job done.
Yep.
You know,
I mean,
the biggest loser out of that 100 million pot between him and AJ is AJ.
Yeah.
He would have got all the money for it. But someone said to me the other day, "What do you think about Wilder against Zhang?" I said, "Fucking hell, mate! No."
That Wilder, the boxer of the weekend, if he boxes Zhang, he gets backed.
Yeah, that would be awful if he's suffering from some sort of danger now in his emotional and mental well-being. To fight Zhang is the last person you'd want to get in a ring with. I think
if Wilder comes back and he wants to fight on and is adamant that he wants to come back and win the world title, get back in the mix, the only fight that will do that for him would be a Parker rematch, in my mind.
Someone said to me the thing I saw floating around was Ngannou Wilder, which to me, Ngannou could actually raise his value majorly if he beat Wilder. Like the comments going mental here, mate. I've got to get some. Wilder is grossly overrated.
Yeah.
Chris saying Wilder's legs were like cocktail sticks. You couldn't see them. Not the easy against a fighter of Parker's caliber. Yeah, I think Parker was good in that fight, and Ash isn't saying he wasn't. It's just the Wilder that could the Wilder of before would have given much more, and he didn't. Wilder,
yeah, the Wilder from 4 years ago would have beaten Parker.
Yeah, Wilder been found out overall, found out by Fury, but not found out against Parker. Worrying times for Wilder. He can't keep relying on a punch. That's it though. You can't sit there winding up, and you're not going to get both Wilder and Fury overrated.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Raymond.
Raymond's on a roll here. Wilder has fought 3 good fighters: Ortiz, Fury, and Parker. He's overrated. Ender's jumped in, who's gone to Limerick. Wilder could be a good world level gatekeeper. Fair shout, I think. I don't think that's beyond the realms.
Yeah, but at the age of 38.
Up Munster, says Ender, who's gone to watch the rugby. Raymond, though.
Nice one, Ender.
Wilder was getting tomato cans out. He has really fought. Who has he really fought? To be fair, you named him, Raymond. You named him. Ortiz, Fury, and Parker. They're the only named guys there, really.
Fury is massively overrated. Massively.
Yeah, like you're saying, who has Wilder really fought? You guys are missing the point. No, we're with you, Raymond. Honestly, we are with you, mate.
But I don't know what point we're missing.
Well, yeah, we are saying he's now got to the point where, don't get me wrong, when you look at the 47 fights that he's had and you look at that list, you could like Fury was 3 of those fights, wasn't he? Yeah. So Ortiz was 2 of those fights.
Yeah.
So that's 5 already. Then you got Parker, that's 6. So 6 out of 47, which are 3 guys out of the 6 fights, are credited fighters that hold worth.
Yeah, one of them's 85 years old.
Yeah, one retired about 40 years ago.
The other one took a few years out for Nanjaloon, and
Parker's been the consistent.
And Parker's anyone, but Parker's not elite level. So,
so really, 6, which are 3 fighters, but 6 fights out of 47 are decent opponents.
I'd like to see Joshua fight Wilder, just purely because it would send Wilder into retirement. It would end any debate.
Which would then only get you in that position where Fury can't run. He can't say anything. Well, not run, but he can't say anything. There's no excuses. But yeah, let us know. This is the interesting one. Me and Ash personally, is there a place for Wilder? Yes, if he sorted himself out in one sense, because there's still money to be made on Wilder's punch power. I think that's but massive drop in value from obviously the Saudi card. But for me, if he retired, I'd say hats off to him. Well done. What a career. Ex-world champion. You've done more than anyone ever thought you would. Well done. Do you know what I mean? Also, Wilder is undersized. Some cruisers are bigger than him. Yeah, he's actually built like a basketball player.
Like a stick man.
Yeah. What next for Wilder is the $1 million question. I don't have a clue. Who can he face next?
Big Baby Miller.
God, that'd be Bloody hell. I wouldn't want to watch it. I'm going to,
Yeah.
prior to the weekend, I wouldn't have minded.
Well, I think Wilder,
Weekends
if he
ruin
comes
everything.
out, I think if Wilder comes down, just throws a big right hand, I think it knocks Miller out, and it gets him back into some sort of, competitive perspective.
What about Wilder Dubois?
I've gone quiet because that's if the right Wilder comes out, he catches Dubois because Dubois is there to be hit. He catches Dubois, and Dubois goes.
This is what we're saying to people. If that Wilder, if the wild side of Wilder comes out, Wilder's dangerous to anyone. Yep. There's no debate in that.
Well,
but
who should
on a boxing level, there's no boxing level.
No,
in my opinion.
But that's a great fight for Dubois though, to fight Wilder, because Wilder, the fire's been extinguished. He's not known as the knockout artist anymore. He's done. He's gone. A lot of people think he's shot. He should retire.
But his name's there.
Dubois can come in, beat Wilder, and he's up in the world competition again. You know, he can fight those lads. So Dubois Parker would be a good fight.
Yeah. Anyone can beat that big feather duster on Juice Miller. Even Porridge Brain and serial loser Chisora can beat it. Wow, there's a lot of love in that one. But yeah, let us know in the comments, guys. What do you see next for Wilder? Personally, me and Ash would like to see him retire. If he was to have another fight, it's going to be on a Saudi card because there's still potential for action. But other than that, it's done and buried, and there'd be no shame in him going out of the sport and doing what he does. So hats off to him. Needs to retire, says Chris. Yeah, we're with you, mate. As I say, drop us a comment, hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you very much, Ash Lane, who's gonna have some fight news coming out soon, but we're not going to say any more than that. Chris says Ngannou. See, that's the one. That's what people are talking about. Which for me, it holds major value for Ngannou. In fact, if you wanted to get up that WBC list, Ngannou is what, number 10? If he beat Wilder, you're in what, top 4?
For Ngannou, that's a great fight.
Yeah.
For Wilder, I don't think it is a good fight.
Yeah.
I think Wilder would be better off fighting somebody slow and sluggish, like a baby Miller, where he can clock that one.
You just want Miller knocked out, don't you?
I do. Yeah. I can't.
That's it. Oh, mate, that's funny. I saw right through that, Ash. But yeah, thank you very much, Ash. As always, what's next for Deontay Wilder? Let us know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content. Ash, you're a star as always. Enjoy the cinema. Love to Shelley, and I'll see you soon.
Cheers, lads.
Have some of this.